a 911 operator sets fires so the fire department wouldn't be bored. You heard me. James Bartels, a 911 dispatcher for a fire department in Ohio, has admitted to setting 24 fires because he thought it would keep the department from being bored and had to, quote, distract himself from depression. He has been charged with arson at the federal level, so his depression is about to get a lot worse. As the Daily Beast reported, all the fires were set in the Wayne National Forest in less than a year. Way to hide your crimes. By James Bartels, who worked as a 911 dispatcher for the Greenfield Township Volunteer Fire Department. Bartels has a history with the municipality as he unsuccessfully ran for Greenfield Township's fiscal officer in 2007. And we all know when you run for the fiscal officer in a town, if they don't put you in charge of the money, you set a bunch of fires. That's a natural progression in one's political career. I get it. I ran for office once. What should I do next? Start stealing candy from babies? Not putting money in the little sample coin dish at the market and just taking candy straight up? Maybe stealing coffee beans, putting them in my pockets? There's a lot of crimes you could do after running for office. I don't recommend it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Bartels was first possibly linked to a fire in April when he was the first to report an undiscovered blaze, according to the complaint in the US District Court for Ohio's Southern District. 6 months later, his pickup truck was spotted right before a wildfire started by an Ohio natural resource officer who then had the information filed by a US Forest Service special agent. That was just the beginning, as Bartels' Ford truck was spotted then at the location of 2 other soon to be set fires. Upon his resignation early November, at least 17 fires had been set, according to Ra's story. According to the complaint, investigators provided Bartels a map. I love this. Provided him with a map of all of the most recent unsolved fires, arson fires marked on it, and asked him to identify the ones ignited with a check mark that he ignited with a check mark, and those he didn't ignite with an X mark. According to the report, Bartels marked 26 fires with check marks and 9 with X's. The dude admitted straight up to starting 26 fires, of which only 24 they could pinpoint on him, despite him taking blame for the extra 2. I mean, this is a guy that really wanted to get caught. He's like, I know you only have him for 24, but pretty sure I did these extra 2, not positive. You could add it on to my rap sheet, why not? Bartels may spend up to 5 years behind bars if found guilty of only 1 count of setting timber on fire. The number of counts that Bartels will ultimately be charged with is not stated in the complaint, according to meow.com. And there have been, of course, similar incidents around the country because one stupid act cannot be left alone in America. We need to duplicate it, replicate it, and let it spread like wildfire, pun intended. Previously, a 911 operator in Syracuse, New York, was charged with 3rd-degree arson last year after it was claimed that he set fire to his own house. That's not the right move. The chief arson investigator for the Glendale Fire Department in Southern California was accused of intentionally starting almost 2,000 fires through the 80s and 90s, making Bartels look like a baby in the fire starting game. 2,000 fires? According to the National Volunteer Fire Council, roughly 100 firemen are accused of setting fires each year. And that's not just in the hearts of women who buy their calendars. That's actual fires out in the forest. So that is intense and that is mind-boggling. And what is happening here? These people need to get on TikTok more. This group needs to start posting on social, find a hobby, pick up golf, maybe pickleball. Stop setting fires that you're in charge of putting out. How does that sound? AB, how many fires have you started and do you plan to stop?
Do you see how hot I am? I start fires all the time.
I hear that, girl. I hear that.
Just kidding, sir. If you were that bored, a few sit-ups would have been nice. Maybe jog a lap or 2. You look like you could have used it, right? There's always community service you could have done, right? Let's clean up the neighborhood and things like that. Maybe even prepare to run and lose again. Who knows? But starting fires What if people could have been seriously injured? I mean, one thing, he wasn't honest criminal, right? Not only did he take accountability for the fires he did start, but he took 2 more off somebody else. So we'll just give him that. I hope he enjoys prison, because that's exactly where you're going, and you deserve it for putting people's lives in danger, as well as your own. And what kind of Smitty takes their own vehicle to a crime scene? That's the part where I'm confused. But at the end of the day, I don't start fires, I put them out. And we just gotta watch who we're hiring to take on these public service jobs, because clearly, I don't know what's in the water. Maybe everybody needs to drink Red Bull.
Yes, I've been known to start a flame war or two, but never a fire. These illegal fires brought to you by the good people at Red Bull. They don't officially sponsor us, and I probably shouldn't be saying that.